Don't judge.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the 354 Special Support Group's Change of Command. I'm Senior Air Health Salados, and I'll be your MC for today's ceremony. Throughout the ceremony, you will be given cues to stand and be seated at the appropriate times. As a reminder, this is considered an indoor ceremony. For the singing of the national anthem, military members should stand at attention, and our civilian guests should place the right hand over their hearts. Today, you will bid farewell to Colonel Tony Alvarado and welcome a new leader, Colonel Timothy Foster. Our ceremony today is a celebration of both continuity and change. Continuity in the form of a military tradition whose roots reach back in time and the regions of ancient Rome, with the passing of the signets that once symbolized the transfer of command from one to another. Continuity and change, as this great command says farewell to an honored leader and welcomes his successor, through a ceremony that differs only in style, not substance, from those of the Romans. The presiding officer for today's ceremony is Colonel Paul Townsend, Commander, 354th Fighter Wing. Please stand for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for the singing of the national anthem by Captain Faith Hertzman and invocation by Chaplain Nicholas Hamilton.
Host the colors. Poem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner yet wave, for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Poem. Ready, step. Okay, yes.
Let us receive the invocation. Almighty God, we give you thanks for days like today, for the opportunity to celebrate these two outstanding commanders, and to witness the passing of the torch between years. We give thanks for the hard work and dedication that Colonel Alvarado has given the mission support group, as well as Eielson. We are grateful for the excellent work he's done, and will look back fondly at his leadership, his wit, as well as some unforgettable sacrifices. As we wish him well in his next chapter, we also give thanks for his incredible support team. We thank his wife Heather for being a constant source of goodness, as well as his sons Tony and Michael. And as the Alvarado family prepares for their next season, we welcome the Foster family. We are excited to receive Colonel Timothy Foster, his wife Michelle, and their son Jackson into the Eielson family. We give thanks for their arrival as we pray for the future of Colonel Foster's leadership. May he feel the love and support of this base as he enters into this new world. And finally, we lift up all the families, friends, and loved ones who made today possible. We recognize that days like today happen because of the continued support of the village. So for all the individuals who have poured into these two leaders, we give thanks. In your name, amen.
Thank you, Captain Hartzman, for your rendition of the national anthem and Chapel Hamilton for the invocation. Please be seated. To help recognize the importance of this ceremony, we are joined today by a number of special and distinguished guests. Please hold all applause until all introductions are complete. Special guests of Colonel Foster are his spouse, Michelle, and his son, Jackson, with many friends and family joining virtually. Special guests from Colonel Alvarado are his spouse, Heather, and his sons, Tony and Nico, with their families watching in Arizona, Kansas, Texas, and Illinois. Also with us today are the Honorable Chandra Clapp, Mayor of the City of North Pole, and spouse, Terrence. Commander 354th Fighter Wing, Colonel Paul Townsend's spouse, Tracy. Commander Chief 354th Fighter Wing, Chief Master Sergeant Veronica Lambert. Deputy Commander 354th Fighter Wing, Colonel Michael Mullen, and spouse, Mrs. Mullen. Senior enlisted leader of the 354th Mission Support Group, Chief Master Sergeant Ronald Quick, his spouse, Susan, and daughter Rachel. Superintendent of Schools, Fairbanks, North Star Borough School District, Dr. Luke Meinert. Garza Group, Alaska Life Realty, Mr. Mike Garza, Ms. Hannah Coleman. DOT Community Liaison, Ms. Brittany Smart, and spouse, Fairbanks North Star Borough Recycling Manager, Matt Pearson. We would also like to extend a special welcome to all the additional commanders, directors, chiefs, and distinguished military and civilian guests who have taken time out of their day to share in this special occasion. It is my honor to introduce to you the presiding officer for today's ceremony, Colonel Paul Townsend, Commander of 354th Fighter Wing.
Kind of feel like the mics in the outdoor setting. You got a nice echo, like established dominance. Hey, a big round of applause for all the distinguished guests. I'm getting there. All right. Well, good afternoon, and thank you to all the distinguished guests attending this ceremony and streaming online. The Honorable Clack, man, thank you so much for your attendance. For everyone, your presence honors Colonel Alvarado and Colonel Foster and punctuates the significance of this event. Make no mistake, the Mission Support Group is the heart of the 354th Fighter Wing and Eielson Air Force Base. While the F-35s and F-16s find their way on covers of magazines, it is the dedication, selfless service, and excellence of the team that you see represented before you that is the foundation of our ability to deliver lethal air power. These outstanding airmen, often working 24/7, 365, with insufficient resources and aging infrastructure, go above and beyond in one of the harshest environments in our Air Force and deliver with a smile on their face. From delivering critical capabilities to warfighters by executing over $42 million worth of contracts in the last month of the fiscal year, garnering the best contracting squadron in the Pacific Air Forces, to our communications squadron, who built the very best tactical communications unit in the entire Air Force. And finally, to our snow and ice removal team, a team of our engineers, supported by our outstanding vehicle maintainers, recognized as the Air Force's finest team. The excellence that they bring to the fight are on full display. Our logistics readiness squadron revolutionized their processes to ensure we could meet aggressive deployment timelines while still supporting 2 theater security packages that ensured a free and open Indo-Pacific, a weapons system evaluation program deployment that validated our F-16's capability to meet the alert mission, and multiple red flags and exercise deployments that strengthen partnerships. While the impact of the mission is very clear, the MSG is equally important to taking care of our families. Our Force Support Squadron provides critical support to our military members and families alike to ensure they have the resources to thrive in the Arctic and in their careers. Our defenders, they just stand ready, no matter the weather, minus 50 to plus 90 in the snow, the ice, and the isolation, to make sure that we are safe and our families are safe. Our engineers, they ensure we have heat, water, a roof over our heads, often responding in the middle of the night, branded mostly in French Creek, to mitigate failing infrastructure. While we saw a 400% increase in flight operations over the past 2 years, we didn't see a commensurate increase in the resources delivered to this unit. So you may be asking yourself, How can we deliver under the resource constraints that we have? And the answer is just very simple. The men, women, and leadership of the MSP just make it happen. Now, the MSP is far too diverse, and there's too many great things to highlight. I'm already feeling I'm getting a tight list from Pumba, so I'm going to move on. Colonel Tony Alvarado, Pumba. You have seen significant changes during your tenure and guided the team through numerous challenges. You built a team of leaders that internalized the mission, solved problems, and worked together to deliver each and every day. You recognize that squadrons cannot be successful if they operate in a vacuum, and you encourage teamwork to synergize efforts to make us successful. Your ability to work across the groups, build an understanding of the industry perspective, made the wing better. I know you didn't have to do it alone. You have a great team behind you with Heather, Tony, Nico, family and friends that give you the support and drive to serve. Heather, thank you for your service and impact that you had on the industry and the wing. The MSG is in very capable hands with Colonel Tim Foster taking the guide on today. Tim comes to us as a seasoned logistics readiness and joint qualified officer. He understands the Pacific and Alaska. He understands command, bringing a wealth of experience as a two-time squadron commander. And he is perfect to posture the wing as we ready the installation for its critical role in delivering lethal air power. Tim, your charge is the build of a resilient installation and airmen to ensure we are ready to face every challenge. Tim also has an outstanding team behind him, and we're excited to welcome Michelle and Jackson to the Eielson family. Tim and Michelle, you're inheriting a great team, and I'm excited to see where your leadership takes them. To all that had a hand in the ceremony today, Faith, Chaplain, Honor Guard, the Projos, the formation, thank you so much. Finally, thank you to the MSG team. Continue to be the heart and soul of our base and our mission. Valor and combat.
Commander of the 354 Mission Support Group, Colonel Alvarado will now make his final remarks. Sir,
Please put the formation at ease. Thank you very much. Folks, that is 2 years in a flash. So on behalf of the men and women of the 354th Mission Support Group, thank you for taking the time to be here. It's a big day for my family. It's a great big day, I suspect, for the Foster family. And it's a huge day for me because today, although it's sad, I walk away from probably the most rewarding job I think I've ever had. As a lot of people know, I came from a different community, and I thought that was as good as it gets. But the fact of the matter is, I got to be part of a team that makes the mission happen, that gets to build a base, and I got to be part of a team that takes care of people, military members, civilian members, families, it didn't matter. I got to be part of a team like that, and it was an absolute honor. So I got to tell you, thank you for being here. But that said, let's get a few things out of the way. First and foremost, for everybody to set this up, thank you very, very much. It was quite a kerfuffle. We thought we were going to be Heritage Park, then inside. So Chris, Will, Elise, Brandy, all you folks, thank you so much. It's beautiful. Honor Guard, you guys brought the honor as per usual. The national anthem, Faith, thank you very much. Thank you for accepting it, and thank you for doing it. Love the Illinois collection. Chaplain, I am still shaking in my spiritual galoshes. Had to take a mental leave because you, sir, brought the thunder, and I appreciate it. So thank you to the wing, Colonel Thompson, thank you for presiding. Tracy, thank you. Colonel Mullen, Sherry, thank you very much. And again, welcome. You've heard that a few more times, but I'm going to say it again. And Chief Lambert, always a pleasure to see you as well. So we have the 168th as well, Colonel Van Doyle. Thank you for taking the time to be here as well. And I believe we had the Army rolling along from Fort Wainwright. So Mr. Crom, thank you very much. And Commander Sergeant Major, I don't know if you're here. But thank you very much, and Murillo, if you're watching, thank you very much as well. So to the group leadership, we will talk to you guys in a second. However, I always think about, whether it's Chief Arthur, Chief Davis, Sergeant Lyons, Chief Quick, thank you very much. I saw you looking at me. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys. And special thank you to the Spartan leadership. I don't know if you guys are here out of morbid curiosity or just to make sure I'm gone, but the fact of the matter is you're here and I'll take it. So I really appreciate you guys doing this. So I've got a lot of thank yous to give, and unfortunately, I'm sure there are people out there with stopwatches and timers that are going to tell me how I did. And I want to ask you to hold those stopwatches and hold those timers. Because unfortunately, the reality is I don't retire until 1 January, and my retirement ceremony is going to be in Kansas City at the end of October, and I don't think any of you like barbecue or me enough to come out there. So this is the last time I'm going to get a chance to say goodbye to Eielson, but it's been an absolute pleasure. So I appreciate your patience and latitude in advance. So to me, it all starts and ends with these three people right there. And I'll start with Nico and Tony. Gentlemen, you know it always gets when I start with gentlemen. Gentlemen, you guys make it hard to be a humble dad. Nico, I am so proud of you, and I can't even begin to tell you. I don't know where you come up with this wisdom and strength, and you give it to me. I didn't even know I needed it. I didn't know you had it. But the fact of the matter is, I've always been jealous because between your killer grades, where you burn up a track, and everything you do is golden. Nico, I am so proud to share your last name, and I'm proud to be your dad. Tony, little man, baby Pumba, who's also known as Antonio Dream, can be found on Spotify and iTunes, and check out his latest album, Novella. Or don't. You're only depriving yourself. I love your heart, your soul, your spirit, and I love your forward, tough mindset. But the fact of the matter is, Tony, when I look at you, I always think the world's a better place because you're in it. Hans, you're my everything, right here, on this planet. It's just that simple. Hey, don't cry, come on, it's not that sad. So the fact of the matter is, Hans, we've been together for 26 years, ostensibly over half of our lives, and we've kind of raised each other. But it does not change the fact that none of this would have occurred if you did not steal my beer in Korea back in 1998. And she did, and I bought another one. Although I still think I met her when I was a bouncer in Tucson in college, the fact of the matter is, Hobbs, you have always been a driving force in our family. And we are always thankful for that. And you've been a driving force in every single base we've ever been on. Whether you're serving as a spouse, a key spouse mentor, or for almost 20 years in all the capacities of the spouse club, to include 3 presidencies. You always carried yourself with grace, poise, and class. And the fact of the matter is, appreciated or not, recognized or not, it doesn't matter. I am proud to be your friend. I am proud to be the example you set, because the right people know. And thank you for being my friend. And thank you for drinking my beer. So we also have a lot of geographically displaced family here online as well. So hey, thank you very much. So to my family in Arizona, to my sisters Jess and Kathy, miss you guys, see you soon, as well as Big Daddy Kane, Vienna, as well as Mia, crazy Uncle Tony's coming to see you. To my amazing family in Texas, on both sides of the family, Alvarado, Cisneros, Garza, Johnson, Marroquin, Thunderbird, something dropped. Nelson, as well as Schwinn. Thank you guys for the love and support for years. My family in Kansas, also Nelsons, different Nelsons, because that would be weird. Rebecca, Josh, Caleb, Emma, and Shannon, I miss you every day, brother. And then my amazing in-laws, as well as extended family from Illinois. Sir Jim, I'm coming to teach you how to fish, but I can't wait to see you guys in Kansas City in October. I would also like to thank my family members who aren't here, but they aren't blood. I'm sure they're glad about that. But my Deutsche Brewer, Andrea Schroyer, Andrea Huber, and happy birthday, shots. The Toppy, Stewarts, Gravacuses, the Browns, the Jennings. Hey, Colleen, I'm sorry about your window. The Hope, Santanas, Bigleys, Poissons, Forstners, Curtis, Hughes, Radcliffe's, and the Maas, our favorite Dutch family. We miss the meat and move out of you folks. Major General Maas has a lead. So to my ever so patient mentors who either kicked me in the pants and thankfully did not snuff me out in my sleep, although I probably deserved it. So Big Fish, Hollywood Hall, Woody Woodson, Jake Bickley, Uncle Buck, Little Fish, Skin, Rev, Gooey, The Law, Giant Dice Jodas, Big Dog Ivory, Coop, Trunk Monkey, Humphreys, as well as Janine Ryder. Thank you guys for setting the example that I only wish I could live up to. So to my fellow 06s and the families, for the love of God, here's where it turns into a hallmark moment. Jerry and Susan, I saw you roll your eyes with Jerry. Jerry and Susan, thank you for your friendship. That means a lot. To Alan and Farah, you guys snuck right up on us. I don't know what happened, but unfortunately, you're going to be stuck with us. So Farah, if this condition persists, I recommend you consult a physician. Mike and Audra Kirsten, thank you very much. Fulda, you wacky cat. I missed your face, but I've never had a great batting average. Ewok, thank you very much as well. It is such an absolute pleasure to see our community's finest. Thank you for taking the time to be here today. Mayor Ward could not be here, but I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. Mayor Clark, thank you very much. Dr. Miner, Ms. Gilman, thank you very much. Our honorary commander, Dr. Prakash and Rudy Gintz, feeling done. Then we also have dear friends, Brittany Smart, Matt Pearson, Mike Gatsa, Hannah Holman. Nick, thank you for showing up. You're not paying attention though. Also, superstars like Tom Huff, Brandy Hardy, Aaron Mariotti, thank you very much for being dedicated to what you do, and more so, thank you for your commitment to the Eielson community. I really appreciate it and what you've done for our family. Also, talking about taking care of people, Atheies, Deca, and Mayroad, whether you're Dan, Eric, and Darlene, and CJ Valenta, as well as Rich Kenny, thank you for talking to me about solutions at times when we didn't feel like we had solutions. You guys helped me do my job, which is to help Colonel Townsend's job take care of our amazing Eielson community. So I can't thank you guys enough. I know we got some blue foxes in there as well, so between Yaki, Hawk, as well as Full, I appreciate you guys as a squadron. You're very overkind niceness to an old geezer, and I apologize for past and future high ORN scores as I get on scope. So have it you. To the men and women of the 8th Weapons Squadron, thank you for being the beacon. To the barnyard. To the MSG office, the words do not exist, but what a crazy cast of characters you guys are. Holy smoke, there is just so much love. I can't even begin to tell you how much I enjoyed our tough conversations, how much I enjoyed that we had one unified job, which was to take care of 15 to 1,600 people, which ostensibly took care of the base. So thank you for that. Charlie and Boom Kanani, our hearts are bigger because you guys gave us some love. Mary, thank you. Ron, Susan, Rachel, thank you for bringing a light into our lives we didn't know we need, but we are so lucky to have you guys. I also want to thank Kenda, thank you very much, as well as Brandy and Jim. Brandy, you're like a little sister who I didn't know would not stop yelling at me, but thank you very much. If you stop yelling at me, I'd be concerned. I also want to thank our amazing exec crew, whether it was KD, Drew, or Kevin. It is not easy being an exec, period, but when you're in such a fast-moving MSG, you guys make it awesome, and I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it, but more so the base appreciates it. And then to the heavy hitters, people like Vicky, Humbees, Piggy, Lacey, Ken, and Brandon. Thank you very much, because you guys keep our group moving. The fact of the matter is, thank you for accepting this job, and thank your families for allowing you to accept such a wacky job. To the MSG command teams, I have enjoyed watching you folks work for 2 years, because fact of the matter is, you guys are making it happen. I don't even know how you guys have gotten into the mindset where you guys have little to nothing and you think nothing of it, regardless of what should have happened or what you should have to make it happen. But the fact of the matter is, you guys make it happen and you do it with passion. And I can't thank you for taking care of the people that are doing all the heavy lifting that they do. So I will forever be amazed and proud of the example that you guys set. It was such an honor to be amongst you guys. And to the men and women, you guys are already used, you know that, right? Just make sure. So to the men and women of the 354th MSG, so for years, I thought the base just miraculously maintained itself. Then years later, I learned there was a thing called an MSG. Then I thought the M stood for magic, but the reality is there's nothing magic about the MSG. It is a bunch of people working around the clock on any day that ends with day. It could be Christmas, sports day, goal day, down day. You guys are constantly working. It is absolutely amazing to me. I don't care if you guys are feeding people, taking care of kids, putting out fires, putting out people that set themselves on fire. I don't care if you guys are maintaining Smithsonian age equipment, clearing snow with that Smithsonian age equipment, keeping people off base, pulling people over on base who've never heard of a speed limit, and then fixing, breathing life into Smithsonian age computers, and doing 5th-gen operations while cutting contracts and deals to keep the base alive. You guys do it all. In spite of a BRAC and a SATAP that pretty much had its way with us. You guys do it all, and it is just absolutely amazing to see what you guys have done. I am so proud of you, and Hans in the house for 2 years watching you guys make it happen. So thank you so much. It will change my life forever, and I know you guys are going to make it happen, and I'm so proud of you. Which brings me to Tim and Michelle. Just like Colonel Thompson said, you guys are inheriting a world-class organization. Make no mistake about it. I have no doubt under your leadership, your passion, your love, this industry is going to make even greater heights than Hobbs and I had ever hoped to get to. But they're going to get there. I'm going to warn you up front, though. Prepare to be amazed and impressed on a daily basis. And just when you don't think you can be amazed and impressed anymore, then the next day is going to come. And you better get a whole new stock of amazed and impressed. I'd recommend going to Costco and getting the bulk, because they are going to absolutely amaze you. And I can tell you that these folks are the change agent this base needs. They are the secret sauce to Eielson Air Force Base. I'll be honest with you. I have personally come to hate the term mission support because I think it is a passive bullshit term. Because there is nothing passive about these folks. These are carnivorous, mission-enabling people that absolutely make it happen. And now you guys have the best seat in the house. And we are so happy for you and Michelle and Jackson. So thank you for coming, and we can't wait to see the wonderful things you guys are going to do. So that said, folks, thank you for hearing me out. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your community, and thank you for allowing me to serve in your MSG. God bless you all. God bless this great nation, and God bless the United States Air Force and Pumba Station. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. In keeping with tradition, the 354th Mission Support Group will render a final salute, showing respect and appreciation for our outgoing commander, Colonel Alvarado.
MSG, on the clock, we don't stop.
On behalf of the men and women of the 354th Mission Support Group, we would like to show our appreciation to Heather, Tony, and Nico for their unwavering support to Colonel Alvarado and the families of the 354th Mission Support Group. Thank you, Heather, Tony, and Nico, for accepting these tokens of appreciation. Today's change of command ceremony is rooted in military history, dating back to the 18th century reign of King Frederick the Great of Russia. During this time, organizational flags were developed with colors and symbols unique to each military unit. The soldiers of the unit would dedicate their loyalty and trust their commander, symbolized by his flag. When a change of command was to take place, the outgoing commander would pass the flag to the individual assuming command. The gesture was accomplished in front of the unit, so could witness the new leader assuming his dutiful position. This tradition has survived throughout military history. The transfer of the flag from Colonel Alvarado to Colonel Foster symbolizes a change of command at this solemn military ceremony. The group guide honor is entrusted to the 354th Mission Support Group Senior Enlisted Leader, Chief Master Sergeant Ronald Quick, symbolically expressing the special trust and responsibility afforded to the command's enlisted members. Please stand for the official change of command.
Publish your order.
Attention to orders. Department of the Air Force, Headquarters, 354th Fighter Wing, Eielson Air Force Base, Alaska. Special Orders number GS 24-20, dated 17 July 2024. By order of the Commander, Colonel Alvarado, I will now relinquish command of the 354 Mission Support Group to Colonel Timothy Foster, effective 17 July 2024, signed Colonel Paul Townsend.
Sir, I relinquish command.
Three, two, one. Three, two, one.
Sir, I assume command.
Please be seated. It is my pleasure to present to you the Commander of the 354 Mission Support Group, Colonel Timothy Foster.
Awesome. So thank you for the warm reception. Good afternoon, Team Eielson. So if you could put the formation at ease, that would be awesome. So my first command, my first boss was Colonel Meisner, a non-standard mission support group in MSG, and his guidance to me right before we went up and did the change of command ceremony was 753. 7 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes. So I'm going to try to hit that target, plus or minus 6 to 7 minutes, but we'll see how I do. We've already gone through the litany of all the folks that have attended today, so I will do my best to replicate those names. If I miss somebody, please do not hold that against me. But first and foremost, thank you to all for attending today's important ceremony as we transition the 354th Mission Support Group to another chapter in its story. So, Colonel Townsend, thank you. Tracy, Chief Lambert, thank you. Stryker, thank you. Thank you so much, Sherry. Cooter, I just met Cooter, so we're going to get to know each other very well. All my 06 teammates, Farah, Allen, Jerry, I see you there. Didn't see Susan, there you are. I don't have my glasses on you, so please don't hold that against me. Vision is gone because I've gotten older in life. So all our teammates, for the mayor, thank you for showing up. I really appreciate it. I look forward to working with you and getting to know you better. I saw our garrison teammates from Fort Wainwright. I speak a ton of Army, so we're going to get along just fine. So fellow commanders, all the squadron commanders who came out, I appreciate it. Chiefs, first sergeants, family, the list goes on. To the 354th Mission Support Group, for the folks in formation, thank you so much. So we're going to go with a bunch of other thank yous, because I know this ceremony doesn't put itself on. I was a captain. I was a Projo for a change of command ceremony when I was a young captain. And I attack these ceremonies like we're doing the Oscars, and I try to make sure everybody hits the mark and their speeches are just perfect. So I know how tough it is. So for all the Projos, for the honor guard, for the rendition of the national anthem, the invocation, thank you to everybody. The folks in formation, thank you. Hopefully the temperature is low so nobody drops. So that's my biggest fear for folks that are in formation. So you're doing great. Okay. Next, I'd like to say thank you to everybody who's streaming. We're in a virtual world, so we have teammates, family members. I have family that's in Florida that's watching, Las Vegas, and mentors across the globe that got here. So thank you to everybody that's dialed in. I'm gonna let y'all know I'm emotional. So I'll try to hold my tears. Michelle, she's emotional as well, but I'm the most emotional in our family. So should have bought tissue or drink water. When you cry, you gotta drink water. So thank you to everybody who's dialed in. Colonel Townsend, thank you for the opportunity to command. It's been a while since I've been at base level, since I've been in MSG, and it is a privilege to command. So thank you, sir, for entrusting me with that honor. Thank you for the kind words for my family, for me, and introducing me to Team Eielson. I really appreciate that. And I can let you know, sir, in full confidence that we will empower the full portfolio of mission support group to get after your priorities. your lines of effort to be ready to compete and outpace those Indo-PACOM strategic competitors, to be resilient to endure any and all challenges that face Team Eielson, and most importantly, lethality, to generate, deploy, and employ lethal air power unmatched in this theater and globally. So Pumba, thank you to you and your family for hosting us and welcoming us to this great team. I talked to you about it earlier. It's been very few times that I've had a reception where I get to sit down left seat, right seat properly, and you've done an amazing job. I've heard the praises of the group since I got here. I can tell you when we got here on the 20th, the first time you come through the gate, you're engaged with the mission support group, and there was a defender that welcomed us, and it was awesome. All the way to taking an ITT trip to go to Denali and drive ATV. So that's a plug for FSS. It is an awesome experience if you haven't done it, so please go out and do it. All that to say is that the MSG is working like a fine-tuned Honda engine. So thank you to you, and that's all due to your leadership. So as you, Hobbs, Tony, Nico, as you start to transition to the next part of your story, you can rest easy. We have to watch. And then to my team, those two right there, it's going to be an awesome journey. I can't say it enough. I love you guys. It's going to be an amazing journey. So thank you for doing it with me. And to the mighty 354th MSG, I look forward to working with each and every one of you over the next 2 years. And I look forward to having a conversation with each and every one of you. So that's all I have. I want to say thank you again, and I appreciate everybody's attendance. So thank you.
Thank you, sir. In keeping with tradition, the 354th Mission Support Group will render a first salute showing respect and recognition of our new commander, Colonel Foster. The men and women of the 354th Mission Support Group would also like to take a moment to extend a warm welcome to Colonel Foster's spouse, Michelle, and his son, Jackson. We look forward to your integration into the unit and your devotion to the men and women of the 354th Mission Support Group. In keeping with the Air Force tradition, we will conclude today's ceremony with the playing of the Air Force song. While it is customary for the Air Force members to stand, we invite all of our guests to join us in standing for the Air Force song and the departure of the official parade.
Into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here they come, soon to meet our thunder. Down, down, give 'em the gun, give 'em the gun. Down we dive, starting our flames from under. Off with one hell of a roar. We live in fame, but we're down to wait. Hey, nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force.
This concludes today's ceremony. Please join us in welcoming Colonel Foster and his family. The receiving line will be located at the center stage, followed by a reception here at the Unicorn Club Ballroom. Thank you for attending, and have a great day.